So.
Okay. Now comes the big question. And I don't know if you are really, well, you may be aware of it, so I'll ask the question. How can we increase the school funding beyond the minimum, as it's always approved for Upper Cape Cod? When they come in with their budget, there's always an increase, and there's going to be one this year again.
Yeah.
And nobody blinks an eye over that. I mean, I know it's a wonderful school. Nobody's saying anything bad about it. But that increase, they never blink an eye and they pass it. It's part of our budget, and it goes right through, and it's not questioned. It was questioned when I was on the Finance Committee, but that went right under the carpet.
No, you're right. It isn't questioned. It does just, you know, get approved without a bat of an eye. And it's the dynamic is so interesting. I mean, that it's the same, you know, there are kids too. You know,
yes, they are.
This isn't, you know, just Upper Cape. This is Wareham kids going to Upper Cape. And we're so ready to fund that, and we're so ready to do that, and that's great. I'm gonna raise my hand. I don't know if we really have a choice, because we have to, you know. But I mean, I'm gonna raise my hand. Yes, fund it. But let's fund us, you know, as too. I mean, let's catch up.
Yes.
You know.
Nobody seems to bring that up.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, but it is now with forums like this. I saw Jeff when he was on here, and I saw him come up with the numbers on the rates of growth, and it was staggering. And I didn't know it was that staggering. Now I do, and a lot of people that are watching your show do too. And that point's going to be hammered home again at this town meeting, I'm sure. It's raising awareness. It really is. It's raising awareness and getting parents and taxpayers and voters more involved, and to say, you know, we can be that good too if we just did it, you know.
Yes.
So it's a matter of priorities, really. You know, so you can't make people do that. You can't make people want to spend more on schools, but you have to get people to recognize the priority, and that if you look at what happens if you do. You know, look at the great things that can happen at Upper Cape. If you did that there, if you did that here, we could have the same, or even something close. You know, yeah, I'll never forget. And you remember last year, there was the school committee race, and there was the two incumbents, and they ran unopposed. And they got up at candidates night, and nobody even wanted to ask them questions, because they wanted to get to the selectmen's thing. So they Nana, you know, nudged people along and had them ask questions. And Cliff Sylvia, he had said, you know, it's so bad that you know, back when I was a kid, you know, I had to make my mother a bookshelf or a bird feeder or something. We don't even do that anymore. You know, I mean. And yet you got the Upper Cape with the best of everything, and we barely even have a shop class here now, and that really hit home for me.
Yes.
It really did. I'm like, yeah, I had to make my mother a corner shelf too. You know, I had to learn how to use a file and a rasp and a saw, and you know, and I didn't go on to do it for a living. But I mean, that's the stuff. You know, it's kind of like a rite of passage in a lot of ways. You know, and we're not doing that anymore. And that's sad.
It is sad,
you know?
because what we're getting is a bunch of men. Generally, the men are doing those things. A bunch of men out there that aren't going to be able to fix anything in their houses. You know, they're not going to know
Talk to
what
my wife,
to do.
you know.
You know, they won't even know how to measure this or measure that. You know, I remember my late husband. You know, he was always measuring this and measuring that, and you know, he knew what he was doing. So you're going to have a whole bunch of men out there that, you know, they're not going to know what they're doing. Thank you, Steve. Steve's telling me we got 2 minutes.
Okay.
So, anything else you want to say before we end today?
Just I didn't know what to expect when I did this. I was pretty much motivated based on the last election, and the incumbents ran unopposed, And I saw that shaping up this way too this year, and I'm like, we got to get some new people in there. You know, I mean, we got to.
Yes.
I mean, even if the people that are in there are sincere and trying their best, that there's certain things aren't getting done, and for whatever reason. So I think we need new fresh ideas. And when I did this, I didn't know what to expect. And the one word I could use to explain the reaction, I think, is people are enthused. You know, people are enthused to see me get in, and that's heartening. It's overwhelming sometimes, you know, to see some of the responses. I'm looking for your vote on April 3rd, and I think I bring a lot to the table that we need at this time.
Okay. And thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike.
Bye-bye.
And have I wrapped it up, Steve?